how ng for is going to work. Ng for the same way, yeah, see here how we have, see, division, div tag, instead of ng for we have used our own, okay, instead of our, okay, instead of ng for we have used our own loop. Let's look at it. So this is going to be, okay, some string how we have provided inside the ng. See, if you have, this is our own structural directive. If I want to use our own structural directive, if you want to use our own structural directive, we have to use, okay, we have to do something else. See, the first thing that you need to do to access structural directive, apply star. Fine. If it is structural directive, it has extra privileges. What are the extra privileges that we can see? This can be called as something like, this can be called as container. Now, when we are going to the, okay, when we are going to the next step, when we are entering into structural directives, I have to tell you the terminology. This is the div. This div is going to be something like, it can be called as container, and this can be called as template. Okay, it can be called as template. Okay, right. See, I will tell you something like this. Let's look at it, guys. Now, the container is going to be available. The container will be available, whatever container div. Yeah, see, this is the directive. This is our ng loop directive, app ng loop directive. We are using it. And then see here, guys, what happened here. How we have taken this variable, actually, app ng loop off. If you provide off, this is very special. Then see here, guys, the directive, with the directive itself you can provide the data. Actually, how we have provided yesterday, if you want to provide color, how we have taken this app directive color yellow we have taken, right? Yeah, we have used like this. Okay, app directive color div green, something we have provided like this, right? And this property available in this directive, and we have provided like this. If I want to provide like this directly, okay, how can we provide it? Okay, let us go to here. Instead of taking separate property, app color directive, right? Go to app color dot directive, app color, app, where is that? Color directive. Color directive. Let us go to the color directive. Here we have taken color, right? If I take like this, see here, if I provide the directive name and off, see here. Now, one second. Yeah, okay, let me close all these things. Okay, see here, guys, now no color property is available. You can take like this. Okay, if you have no property off, if you remove off, and as directive name and property name same, right? Yeah, let us go to here. Actually, we have to provide something. Yeah, let us go to code. Yeah, if you provide the property is different, if this property is different, okay, it is not giving any kind of error, right? Okay, let us, okay, see, if it is, I'm showing you in the normal directive, but coming to here, app noob directive, if I provide something differently, then it is going to give you error. I will change this property. It says that it is going to give you error. Okay, unknown property. It says that unknown property. It says something like unknown property. So when you are in structural directive, your property name, okay, your property name, okay, your property name exactly should be matching. You know the structural directive name, right? Yeah, it has to match. App loop exactly match with the property that you have taken in the directive. Okay, which directive? Structural directive. When we are in structural directive, it has to get matched perfectly. Where is that? App loop of something, sample structural, sample structural directive. Okay, yeah, see here, what is the property name I have taken? You have taken. If I don't provide off, this is going to give you error. Let's look at it in HTML. It says that even though the directive name and property name is same, it is going to give you error. It has to be same. As if you want to provide like this, it has to provide like what? Okay, fine. We have to provide app loop, app ng loop. Okay, see here what I need to take exactly. Off, provide off, off. Star app loop, let nr of numbers index as I. Okay, nr if index of I. Yeah, let's get into the program now. How to use it in the HTML? How to use this directive? Just this is the directive name, and inside the directive name we have to take a property, input property we have to take, and then we have to add with off, so that whatever value that you are providing, the value is going to enter into this things. So now if you observe carefully what this contains, if you provide all this let nr of numbers index as, you don't need to parse it directly. If you provide like this, numbers is a property. Numbers is a property. Now we are calling, assume how we have developed this structural directive, we will come to that next, no problem. But if you want to use it, see here we are providing all this information, right? Let nr numbers index. So what is this numbers? Actually, if you want to call this, if it is ng for loop, this is a property. This property should be some array, right? This array should be where? This array should be where? Where should be this one? This property should be in which component? Can you please answer for my question, guys? Yes, your answers are perfectly correct. So this numbers is available in the app component. Let us go to the app component.ts. See, we have taken one property called array. Array property. We are using this array. we are using this array, these values are going to be available here, numbers. So even though you have provided this type of string, this type of string is okay, it's a kind of expression. If you provide this expression, the total data will not goes to this here. For this property, it will be saved. Array we have taken, right? So that this is going to be taken. Numbers value will be entered into this one. Only the data available into here. Okay, I will show you one by one. Now, see, I'm going to provide this dot. Okay, console dot. One by one, I'm going to show you guys. One by one. Now, we have provided app loop, right? We have provided all these values, right? If you provide all this information will not go to this property. Here, what is the data? Numbers, right? Numbers data goes to into this property. So that's why if I print this dot, some values, it is going to print the array. It is not going to print this text. That is a specialty. You provide like this array will be, yeah. So now Angular know this contains what kind of information. Okay, what kind of information it is. Okay, what kind of information it is, we come to know that. All right, yeah. Fine. So that within this data, we are providing numbers, right? Number data is going to be provided. Now let us look at it. We are providing, yeah, within this directive, we want to print this data. In which method we are taking? ng on changes. Why we are using this method in this directive, I will tell you. Because this is the first property. First method is going to get executed after property set. This ng changes are related to properties, right? And this method is going to change as and when properties changes. If property changes, this method is going to get changed. This method is going to get changed. Okay. Okay. Right. Input app ng of the container create. Yes. Next, the next thing is, now let us run the program. Now I want to test it. Yeah, of course, this data is displaying through the this one. If I go to structure, see here what is the data it has printed. We are printing 1 2 3. Array is printing because even though you are providing all this information, within this information, this value got entered into here, entered into this one. And of course, what is this information and everything, where it is going to be useful in the these things, we'll discuss about it. Okay, yeah, right. It internally knows, Angular knows that this is a variable, this is a property. Okay, this is index variable. Okay, something like I, yeah, you see here, I will explain where these things are going to be helpful. Now we came to know that whatever data for the structured, okay, for what kind of structure it is, we are using structured directive, right? Within the structured directive, if you provide this template, this can be called as template. Okay, if you provide this different syntax expression provided by the Angular, now these numbers are going to be provided to the property. Okay, right. Next thing is, I would like to print console.log of this dot app loop of this container dot. Okay, right. So once data is available here, let us look at it, guys. We are printing it, that's fine. Now container dot clear. Container means what? Whatever container it is, already whatever container value data which is available, it is going to get cleared first of all. Now we are going to create fresh data. So now while creating fresh data, what I am doing, we are taking the data. Let's look at it, guys. What we are using here. Okay, this is the for loop. This is the for loop in TypeScript. We got the array, right? App ng loop array is available, right? See here, guys, from that array values one by one, to take one by one value. So this is going to be used something like, okay, even we can use let also. Okay, here also we can use let. Okay, or constant. If you don't want to change this value, you can use constant, or you can use var even. Okay, we'll discuss about the difference between var, constant, and let. Okay, we'll discuss it. Var is old fashioned, and let, instead of var we are going to use let. If you want constant, then we can use, okay, constant. Okay, let input of this dot app ng loop, this dot container create embedded view. This dot container dot create embedded view. Okay, create embedded view. See here, what is this container? We are creating our container. You are creating means div container. We are creating embedded view, whatever view that we have taken. Yeah, so it is a method. It is a method. In this method, this dot template. Template is, you can take like this template. This is the template. Yeah, this template. By taking this template, what we can do is we are going to provide those values. Yeah, see here, guys. Yeah, here within this template we have to set the values, right? Yeah, how to set values for this means, see here. Now we are taking every value. This logic is going to get executed multiple times, so that how many values are there, that many divs are going to be created. So every time it is creating container, one div, creating the view. How means, by taking this content template, within this template we have to fill these values, right? We have to fill this value and this value. So to print these values, so this is going to be the main value. Okay, this is main value. This is the main value. For this main value, meaning that implicit, for this implicit value, provide the input. Provide the input. Input means what? We are going to get, okay, so what is it? Yeah, what are the values are available? Okay, you can say, instead I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to remove the console dot. We can say input value here. Input means this number, not this. This is the number input. We are printing one. Console, in the console we are printing one num1 or first value. Okay, this value is going to be assigned to what? Dollar implicit. Implicit means what? This is related to this particular object. See here, guys, this is related to. So this content is going to be, this is a template. For this template, you have to provide the values. Here we have to provide the values. Here we have to provide the values. Whatever variable we have taken. See here, guys, this can be called as implicit variable. For this implicit variable, provide input. Okay, it is going to be provided like this. All right. Same way, you take index. Here, index is nothing but, okay, what is the index of this particular value? If you take like this, what is meant by index here means implicit variable and index are variables within this template. See, this is I is the index. I is the index. In this template we are using I is nothing but index. For this index value, which value you are providing? See here, guys, ng loop, index of input. Okay, provide index of input. Okay, this is going to be something like print console dot log off. Otherwise we can do this dot app ng loop of index of input. So we'll be printing the values. Input is nothing but value we are assigning to this. Input is something like we are providing what ng value of, yeah, let's print it. The which value is going to be printed. See here guys, 1. For 1, what is the index? 0. For 2, what is the index? 1. For 3, what is the index? 2. See here guys, one value. Yeah, what is the values we are providing? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, otherwise I am going to provide 10 or 100, 20, 30. If I take like this, first value is going to be the input. This input can be anything. I, you can use I. If I use I have to use I here. That can be hmm, hmm. Yeah, see here, this variable can be anything guys. We can take I or whatever values from this array because of this this one, because of this structure, this array is going to be assigned to this particular property. Now we are iterating this, and then for each value we have to create a div with respect to this template. This is a template. We have to fill that template with this view. Okay, with this container. Container is div. All right. Yeah. When we have this kind of structure, when you want to do this, let's look at it. Numbers, right? We'll be taking numbers here. Number values are going to be provided in this, and we are looping here ng changes. Why we have taken ng changes means we have to execute this logic after property set. After input value is available, then only we can do it. And one more thing is, this is going to this logic has to execute every time property changes. Every time property changes. Okay. Yeah. Fine. Fine guys, every time property changes. Okay. Right, now we are taking value, and index of means index of 100. Yeah, first value is 100, right? We are providing 100. Index of 100 is 0. Okay, we have taken index of 0. I is value. It takes the value and it gives index. It gives index. Okay. So now using this container means this div, because we are using div tag. Div creating embedded view means it is going to create one div. It is going to create one div. So how many divs it is going to create? How many times it enters into the loop? That many divs are going to be created. See here, this is one div. This is one div. This is one div. Okay, right. How the template is going to be fulfilled? See here, this is a template, means exactly whatever template that we have. Here in the template means whatever content we have. It takes this content, okay, in this template. And for this template, some values we need to fill. We need to fill the values. Actually, when we are using Hibernate queries or JDBC queries, there we are going to use question marks, right? We have to set values for the question marks. The same way we have to set values for this, okay, these particular variables. these variables are, we have we have created how many variables here? This is implicit variable. This can be called as, this is implicit variables from this array, and this is default variable, index variable. Okay, here in the UI, for the index, whatever value you want, you can use it. Now we are going to call it as index. This can be called as implicit variable. Now for implicit data, for implicit, what is the value we need to set? I. So that I value is going to set to this implicit variable. Next, this index variable, we are taking what? I. Here in the UI, I is nothing but index. So for this index within this template, we should not say I. Index is a local variable. User can use any variable name here, but we are going to call it as index. This dot app loop of index of I. We can take like this. Okay, is this fine, guys? Right, we have used it. Okay, now this will be what it is going to do. This logic is going to get executed multiple times. Okay, this logic is going to get executed multiple times. Okay, now whatever concept we have discussed, I'm going to create the same kind of, okay, directive we'll create from scratch in the different program. Let us create one more project for this, and then we start writing it. Let me create it. To create that, what I can do, I have to go to ng generate, ng new, okay, cd something life cycle. Here I'm going to create new project. ng new structural. Okay. Take some time, right? Yes. Let us create structural directive now in the new project. By default, this HTML is available, and then what I can do is I'm going to run this. I'm going to stop the project. I'm going to run this project ng-serve. I'm going to say ng-serve. Let us start this. Meanwhile, what I will do is I'm going to create I will go to app.html. I'll go to app.html. I don't want this. I don't want all of this code. H1. This is app component. App component. Yeah, let's look at it, guys. App component. Okay, now here I will go to the exact terminal. It goes to exactly where this new project is available, structural sample. Here I'm going to generate the component, directive, ng generate d directive. Okay, so directive name is loop directive. See, loop directive. Okay, it is going to create a loop directive. See, now this has some selector is different, right? Yeah, we can provide even our loop here, and we are going to provide a property our loop off. Okay, off. Let us create of means so that the value will be provided, array will be provided. Of is very important over there. Here this can be called as array type, array of. You may provide integer or any type, array of integer. Okay, array of integer or any means any object, any. Yeah, see here, array of any object. Now let us make it at the rate input. Now this is required app loop of. Okay, we'll be using this. But step by step I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to use it here in the HTML. How can I provide it? What is the directive now? Okay, our loop. What is that? Our loop, right? Yeah, take our loop. Directive. Yeah, you see here, guys. That or we can say div. We can say div. Okay, or you can use paragraph. Whatever tag you want, you can use it. Yeah. Further, now I'm going to take paragraph, and I want to use structural, so that our loop star our loop. See here, star. We can say our loop. This is our loop. Let a of okay, let a of star our loop, let a of. Okay, this is going to be something like what? Let a of. We have to take properties. We have to take a property. Which values you want to loop? Okay, first of all, we'll go to that in the app component. In the app component.ts. Let us provide some variables, values equal to, provide some any value, just provide normal numbers. I want to make it as simple as possible, and I want to tell you the concept what we have discussed just before. I want to use these values now to print values. While printing, I want to print these values one by one in one paragraph. So 3 values are there, or you can provide multiple values. How many values you have here? Those many paragraphs has to be created. For that, here, because we have used loop many times, that's why I want to write. I want to tell you how loop works internally. Paragraph. What is the directive name? Our loop. Okay, come to here, star our loop. We have to use it. What is the loop that we have to provide? If you provide this, let, okay, val v of, what is the property? Array property, values. All right, values. See here, values. And index, we'll talk about index later. We'll take the index, and you can take mid value, you can take even, we can take, okay, so last, first, this kind of variables are predefined. That template contains that expression contains that one. And within that template, what kind of logic I want to write means, I want to print v. Okay, and I want to print something called, I just want to print v. Okay, one item. I'm going to provide item. Item is a text. That's it. This from here to here. This is text. This is okay. It is like question mark in JDBC. query or question mark in HQL query. Okay, so this we need to fill value this one. So how to fill this one? Yeah, whatever code that we have, this code is going to be provided to here. Where to provide? It has to provide it to loop. Okay, so that we have taken our loop off, we have taken, right, that value is going to be provided. Now this value will be available constructor or not? No. Why? Because first constructor is going to get executed, after that this is going to get injected using input. Okay, here public. Now I'm going to take on property set, ng property set, we can take like this. After property set, okay, property implements, we can say what? Implements on okay, so okay, what is that interface? Let's look at it. Properties related, right? And changes, this is going to be changes. This is the interface. Now let us take a method on changes. Let us take like, okay, on changes. Once after this one, yeah, I'm going to print only console dot log off. I'm not printing anything. I'm not creating any view also. Just print this particular value. This dot okay. All right. The server is why it is sorry, I just missed this one. Let us wait for a minute. It is going to get started. Okay, see, we have provided ng changes and then we are printing it, and then we have taken two references. Of course it is working, the values is getting printed. Now we have taken these two references. Container is this paragraph right now. If we use div, the div is going to be container. Template is going to be this particular part template. Now here, after every value, whenever values get changes, after every change occurs, you know, within this property, this logic is going to be get executed. Now we have to use for let a of our loop. Okay, so we are working with this. We have to say this dot loop. This is loop we are doing here, and we want to create one by one value. And you need to use this content. See, what I need to do is I need to create a paragraph. Paragraph is nothing but container. This dot container, we need to say this dot container dot this dot container dot okay, this dot container dot create embedded view. We need to create a view. With this paragraph, I need to create the view. Whatever thing I am writing inside the loop, this logic is going to get executed multiple times. Multiple times, create view. This is a method. We need to pass, to create the view, we need to pass this template. HTML template is available here in the template reference. This is the template. This dot template. This dot template. For this template, whatever values available, you have to provide it, guys. So within this template, there may be having multiple special values. This can be called as implicit. This is implicit variable, and you can have index variable, and you can have last variable, you can have first variable. You can do like this, guys. Okay, we can do such kind of things. Okay, this dot container dot create embedded view, this dot template. Whenever you see this dot template, okay, now we have to provide the value. So within this array object, we have to provide implicit, something like dollar implicit value. For this implicit value, which value I have to provide? I want to provide a. See here, guys, this value is going to be provided implicit. So that I am going to take this container. For this container, I am setting the template. This template I am setting. But for this template, special value is available, right? This is a v. V is nothing but implicit variable. For this implicit variable, which value I want to set? This value. So according to this condition, it is going to get work. Yeah, let's look at it here in the UI. Yeah, see here, guys, 9 first value item, 9 item, 2 item, 1 item. Okay, this is static data, and then 2 there are 2 values are available. Got it, guys? Yeah, you can use this kind of syntax. In this syntax, this can be called as implicit variable, and this can be called as index variable. Yeah, you can, yeah, this is other example, right? Even we can use, yeah, user may provide index value, index as I. I means user is going to use I here. This is I, this particular value of index. You can use like this, okay? There may be not only I, it can be a or whatever value you want, you can use it, guys, no problem. But index is, in our code, we are going to call it as index. So if I set value for index, then it will set for value for a automatically. Index, if you provide index, for index value, which value we need to provide comma, because this is key and values within the JSON. For implicit a, index is going to be, okay, this dot loop of index of, get the index by using index of, this is a array, right? Index of, within this array, index of a, first a value, something we can take like this. Okay, from array, if you provide the value of index is going to be provided. Okay, let's see here. Index is going to be provided like this. Or you can use last variable. If it is last, so I think last as L. Okay, yeah, so I'm not sure this variable is correct or wrong. Okay, is it lost? Meaning that if it is lost means last variable gives you true. Okay, last variable gives you true. Okay, if it is last, it is going to give you true. We can use these variables, guys. Okay, now just I'm going to provide see here, just L, provide it L. It's a Boolean variable, actually Boolean variable. It contains no value right now. Let us provide last value comma. These are the predefined variables, guys. Last, I'm going to say just true. That's it. Just provide true. Provide true. Yeah, see here, always it returns true. But according to our logic, if it is lost, what we need to do? Okay, if it is lost, what we need to do? If it is first, what we need to do? We have to provide such kind of things, guys. Okay, we can create our own directives. using this syntax. We can build our applications. Fine. Okay, this is our this is our example of structural directive, guys. Before going to further,